Welcome to another meeting. Today I'm going to read from one of my many notebooks from my personal workplace experiences and observations working as a contractor in many different workplaces and in different industries. About what happens when you get recognition or receive an award in the workplace and how toxic coworkers become envious and jealous. I have lots of great information to share, so grab some popcorn, fruit, or your favorite snacks and drink and watch how the different workplace scenarios play out. At your workplace, have you ever won or seen another coworker win Employee of the Month? An award or recognition like an Angel card, Hero card, Rock Star card, Kudos, the Red Rose recognition, etc. Where customers, clients, patients, and other staff can recognize a person for their hard work, kindness, or something they did that was above and beyond their normal job. And it's posted somewhere in the workplace for others to see. The recognition is sometimes rewarded with something minor like a paper certificate, candy bar, close parking spot, picture on the wall, cake, pizza, or a gift card to a coffee shop. Although the reward is minor, now there's all this toxic negative energy around you. When you get recognized or rewarded in the workplace, it brings out the insecurities, jealousy, and deep-rooted hatred from toxic and narcissist coworkers and supervisors. Their jealousy, insecurity, and hatred start to show itself in the form of bad body language, you getting the side, low-key digs and jabs. Coworkers and supervisors are now treating you differently, you're hearing gossip, whispers, or indirect rude comments that you know are in regards to you. Here's a different example of being recognized. It's when your name echoes in the workplace. To give you a good example of what I mean by having your name echo, some of you may remember the classic TV show The Brady Bunch, when the younger sister Jan was jealous of all her older sister's accomplishments. Let's take a look.
Jan, did you move my awards?
So what if I did?
Why would you do something like that?
'Cause I felt like it, that's why.
Well, you need to tell me why.
It's none of your business. I don't care to discuss it.
Jan, what's wrong? In school, all I hear is how great Marcia is at this or how wonderful Marcia did that.
And the iconic catchphrase.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia.
Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. This also happens in the workplace. When your name echoes in the workplace, it means other coworkers, customers, clients, colleagues, and people in management are frequently saying your name in a positive way, giving you compliments or speaking highly of you even when you're not around. Jeanette is wonderful, Jeanette is such a big help, Jeanette is really good at training, ask Jeanette, she's good at that application, ask Jeanette, she's a great source of information, she would know. Jeanette, Jeanette, Jeanette. However, when your name echoes in the workplace, it brings out the jealousy, insecurity, and deep-rooted hatred from toxic or narcissist coworkers and even people in management. You're minding your own business, and here's what they are thinking about you and what they are doing behind your back.
Everyone likes and trusts Jeanette. Because she's older and has a lot of experience. She'll go out of her way to help people. If she wasn't in the office, people would come to me instead and like me more. I'll fix that. I'll have Sharon get in her face. Sharon thinks she's a Betty badass. Because she has no problem speaking her mind. But she's really gullible and easy to manipulate. I just have to lie and tell her Jeanette is giving me a hard time for no reason, or tell her Jeanette said she's better than everyone. Sharon will get in her face. I can have her do my dirty work for me. What a fool. She's such a dummy.
Or, Larry works as an analyst, however he likes to help his coworkers with their computer issues and he's great with Microsoft Excel formulas, so everyone goes to Larry for help. Larry's so great, Larry's so helpful, I like Larry, Larry's a rock star, Larry is super, Larry's the best.
I'll be glad when Larry comes back from vacation. This place isn't the same without him.
I know, I miss Larry, he makes this place fun. I hope they have coffee where he's at, because you know he's a zombie until his coffee kicks in.
His name echoes in the workplace, however not everyone is impressed with Larry.
And phony Larry. I can't stand him. Larry, Larry, Larry. He thinks he's so smart. Everyone always calls Larry to help fix their computer problems, and that's not his job. He just likes to show off. I can't stand him.
Here's another scenario of how someone gets recognition and their name echoes in the workplace. I worked as a contractor in a different department at a place that had a small customer service team of about 7 or 8 employees. At the time, their customer service department didn't have to read from a script like most companies do now. So the customer service agents were free to express their individual personalities. Because the team was small, when a customer would call, they usually end up talking to some of the same people.
Hi, company name. This is Jason speaking. How can I help you today?
Hi, this is Miss Greenberry. Is Amanda available?
Amanda is assisting another customer. However, I can help you today.
Thanks, but I rather speak to Amanda. She gets it right every time. I'll call back later.
Hi, company name. This is Megan speaking. How can I help you today?
Hi, this is Mr. Johnston. Is Amanda available?
Amanda is off today. However, I'm available to assist you.
No thanks. I only want to speak to Amanda. She takes good care of me. Can you give Amanda a message to call me when she returns?
Hi, company name. This is Sherry speaking. How can I help you today?
Hi, is Amanda available?
This is her supervisor. Can I help you?
You're her supervisor.
Yes, I am. How can I help you?
Great, I would like to share with you how wonderful Amanda is. Amanda is the best. Amanda is so patient and very knowledgeable about the products. Amanda always helps me out and gives great suggestions. Amanda deserves a raise.
Amanda, Amanda, Amanda. Her name echoed throughout the workplace. She was getting recognition and caused her coworkers and supervisor to become envious and jealous. As I mentioned, I worked in another department and was aware of how good Amanda was at her job, because when I had questions or needed help, I would go straight to Amanda. Amanda would give you a straight answer, while her coworkers would act flaky or they would talk a lot without saying anything. Have you ever worked with anyone like that? They do it on purpose, then get mad because no one comes to them for help or information. Amanda was so good at what she was doing because she naturally enjoys talking to and helping people. For her coworkers, it was just a job. Normally, that should be a good thing. You would think a manager or supervisor would love to have an employee like Amanda on their team. However, if you have a coworker or coworkers or someone in management who are insecure, jealous, threatened by you having your name recognized in the workplace, could make you a target for their harassment. As a side note, let me tell you how Amanda's supervisor manipulated her. She waited until Amanda's annual performance review and gave her a new title of lead customer service trainer. However, the new title didn't come with a real pay increase. Instead, she gave Amanda the standard yearly increase percentage to make it look like she was getting more money for the new role. Now Amanda is doing more work and taking on more responsibilities for the same pay. You see the covert, dirty, manipulative trick and how they played her. Their jealousy, insecurity, and hatred start to show itself in the form of covert, underhanded, manipulative, slick behavior, getting the side, low-key digs and jabs. Bad body language. Coworkers and supervisors are now treating you differently. You're hearing gossip, whispers, or indirect comments that you know are in regards to you. If you're dealing with a coworker or coworkers who are regular workplace snarky bitches, condescending bastards, jerks, idiots, or fools, they may get a little quiet around you, roll their eyes, make sarcastic remarks and comments for a few days, then they will go back to their normal messy selves as you know them to be. With regular workplace bitches, bastards, jerks, idiots, or fools, you're not looking over your shoulder, watching your back, or worried about them. You know what to expect from them. They're annoying like a pesky mosquito. In meeting 2, I talked about how to tell the difference from a regular workplace bitch, bastard, jerk, idiot, and fools versus a real manipulative narcissist coworker. If you missed that meeting, the link is listed below. If you win an award, get recognized for your work, or your name echoes in the workplace and you're dealing with a coworker or coworkers who are real manipulative narcissists, instead of putting their time and effort into looking at themselves to see how they can work smarter, improve their skills, communicate better with customers and clients so they can be recognized for their talents. Instead, they use all their time, effort, and energy plotting, scheming, setting traps, and trying to sabotage you in some way to ensure you don't win anything else or make other people don't like or trust you. You may find them gossiping about you, turning people against you, withholding information from you, playing games to set you up to fail, sabotaging your work, triggering or provoking you to get mad, angry, upset. So you look like you have an attitude. With a real narcissist coworker, every day will be something different with them. When you leave for the day and go home while you're sleeping, they are staying up at night plotting your downfall. With a real check all the boxes narcissist coworker, you will be looking over your shoulder, watching your words, watching your back, questioning who you can or can't trust. You may also experience a great deal of confusion, anxiety, frustration, and maybe even isolation in the workplace. Keep in mind, real check all the boxes narcissists are attention seekers. So if you do anything that takes attention away from them, like getting an award or recognition, it stirs up their deep-rooted insecurities, jealousy, and hatred. I worked at a hospital in a non-clinical role and received 3 hero cards from different patients within 2 weeks of starting. People who had been there for years or 8 months prior to me hadn't received one. So what they did was they got a notepad with hero cards printed on them that were supposed to be for the patients to fill out, and they had their friends fill them out for each other. Here's what they would do. They would use the name and room number of a patient who was recently discharged so no one could question or verify the information on the hero card. Narc coworker Rebecca was rude, lazy, and did the bare minimum. However, her friends would write out a hero card pretending to be a patient, saying how much they appreciate how polite, caring, and helpful and wonderful Rebecca was to them during their stay. She's a true blessing. From Miss Maggie P. Room 135. Until I received a legitimate hero card from real patients. Rebecca, who started before me, went from receiving no hero cards to getting 2 or 3 cards every week with the help of her cheating friends. Because she was highly insecure and jealous, she started a one-sided competition against me because I had no interest in competing with her. She tried to turn other coworkers, the manager and the director, against me. She had staff on the floors watching me and reporting back everything I said or did. There was a lot of fault finding and items missing. The main reason why I received hero cards was because everyone else would tell a patient they were going to do something, or they were going to come back, and they never would. If I told a patient I was going to do something, I did it. If I said I will be back, I came back, and they noticed and appreciated that. So when you win an award or receive recognition in the workplace, be prepared for other coworkers' jealousy, insecurity, and deep-rooted hatred to show itself. Coworkers, supervisors, and managers will start to show their true colors. You may be surprised that it will be coworkers or managers you didn't even know had a problem with you. So this meeting doesn't go on too long. Let me just say that if you receive an award or recognition in the workplace, it's important that you continue to show up to work as your best self, because you never know who's watching you. Your next opportunity may come from that client, customer, patient, or another manager. As a contractor, I've had that happen to me, and I've also seen it happen to other people. Another manager noticed and liked how I worked, so instead of using my manager who wasn't the best, I asked the other manager if I could use their name as a professional reference, and they were glad to do so. There was also a time where I worked as a contractor, and 5 years later a new project opened up, and a coworker who I briefly interacted with advocated to have me on that project. The point is, keep doing what you're doing, because you never know who's watching you, and you don't want to lose out on opportunities if you hide or lower your talent because of toxic people in the workplace. Hope this was helpful. We'll talk more at the next meeting.